Uh, Good day, viewers. Once again, we are still back on um, our BECE preparation questions and answers. And this time around, we are on printing. The question says, what is printing? Now, when we talk of printing, printing is the act of transferring an image from one surface onto another surface. So the surface from which, or the surface that is going to be used for the printing or what you call the image carrier is known as the matrix. Then the surface on which um, the surface that takes the ink, or what we also known as the medium in printing, is called substrate. So the image carrier is the matrix, and then the medium or the surface on which the ink is applied is known as substrate. Now we come to the next question, which says, explain the techniques of printing, or what you call printing techniques. Now we have stencil printing. Stencil printing is the art of cutting out designs from a flat surface and using the hollow parts. So whenever you cut out design from a flat surface, you see some holes. Those holes are what you call the hollow parts. So after you cut out the design, the hollow parts, it will be used for printing. So stencil printing is the art of cutting out design from a flat surface and using the hollow parts to print on another surface. So we have stencil printing is one of the resist printing method. Resist printing method. Apart from stencil printing, we also have screen printing. We have screen printing and we have template printing. All of them are resist printing methods. So now let's come to screen printing. Screen printing is the act of transferring designs onto a silk screen and later using the screen to make a print on another surface. The tool that is used for forcing the ink to make prints during screen printing is known as squeegee. And the chemical that we use for developing the screen is what we know as photo emulsion. Any ink, paint can be used for screen printing. That is it. Then you have template printing. Template printing is the act of placing a shape on a surface to prevent ink from penetrating through the shape and applying an ink or paint to fill the background. And ink is applied by stamping with foam or by spraying or by painting. That is it. Then you have direct printing. Direct printing is the art of dipping any found object in an environment into an ink or paint and stamping it directly onto a surface. Then we have another one we call block printing. Block printing is the art of cutting out a raised or sunken design on a wooden, foam, or metal block and dipping it into an ink or paint and stamping it on a surface. Apart from dipping the design block into an ink, you can also use roller brush to apply the paint or the ink onto the relief surface. So block printing is also known as, please take note, block printing is also known as relief printing or mono printing, because you only use one design, right, at a time. You cut out design from the wooden block, foam block, or metal block, or stone block, just one, mono. And you apply ink on the surface, on one surface, and then you make a print on another surface. That is the block printing, model printing, or relief printing. Then you have frottage printing. Frottage printing is the art of placing a flexible material onto a rough or textured surface and rubbing a dry color over the surface to transfer the design at the back onto the surface. Then we have intanglio printing. Intanglio printing is a process, is printing from a recessed image area by first incising designs onto the metal plate. So we have recess or a background image, and you have to do an incise design onto the surface before you make the print. Then we have flexographic. Flexographic printing is the art of using flexible printing plates to transfer images onto a wide range of materials like paper, plastics, films, and etc. So you see that with the flexography, even if the medium or the surface on which the design is to be printed is in a spherical form or in three-dimensional form, you can, because um, the printing plate is flexible, you can spread it on this, whether the surface is concave or not, you can still fix it on that surface before you can make your prints. That is the advantage of the flexographic printing. So you can use to print on almost any concave or convex surface or surfaces that are somehow complex. And that is the idea of the flexographic printing. Then you have planographic printing. Whenever you hear the word planography, you're talking about plane surface or flat surface. So it's the act of printing from a plane surface or from a flat surface, unlike relief printing, which is either raised or sunken. Then we have lithography printing. Lithography printing is the art of printing from a flat surface. And lithography is one of the planographic printing method of creating designs on a flat stone or metal using oil base or grease, where the grease parts will accept the ink, and whereas the non-oil or grease parts will repel the ink. So the idea of lithography deals with water and oil, because water and oil do not meet, or they repel each other. So they normally grease or create or oil the positive designs or the design area, leaving the parts that are not wanted ungreased. So whenever the ink is applied, the ink will only accept the grease or the oil parts and reject the non-oil parts. And it is always done on a flat surface, or the surface that is going to be used for the printing, or the ink carrier is on a plate surface. That's why we call it, that's why it is a planographic printing method. That is a lithography, but just that it uses the principle of water and oil repellence principle to make the print. That is all about the printing for now. And at this juncture, we will draw the curtains down, and the next topic will deal with painting. Thank you very much for listening. Please like my videos, subscribe, and be watching. In fact, anything that has to do with creative arts, I will ensure that all B.E.C.E candidates, whether 2025 year group and beyond, they will pass with ones. As far as B.E.C.E or basic examination, basic education certificate examination is concerned, whether in Ghana, Nigeria, or any Anglophone speaking country, please watch my videos in the course of your learning preparation for your external examination. Thank you very much for listening. I would love to draw the curtains down at this juncture and